Malaysia and Egypt committed to enhance bilateral ties. Wisma Putra confirms no Malaysians affected by attack in Pakistan. Good evening and Salam Malaysia Madani. You're watching Malaysia Tonight. I'm Jessica Lee. Malaysia and Egypt have agreed to play a more proactive and firm role in ensuring that the violence in Palestine is stopped and the residents' lives are saved. Now, this was emphasized by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim in a four-eyed meeting with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi at the Al-Ittihadiyah Palace. In the meeting, which took place at 11 a.m. local time, Datuk Seri Anwar also praised the efforts of Egypt alongside Qatar and the United States as mediators in putting a halt to the atrocities of the Israeli Zionist regime. The Prime Minister also voiced out his views on the heightening tensions in Lebanon, which is feared to cause a wider conflict in West Asian region. In the same meeting, both leaders also expressed commitment towards strengthening bilateral relations between Malaysia and Egypt. Datuk Seri Anwar said this would involve trade, investment, education, culture, as well as defence.
Because we are quite fortunate because Malaysia has emerged to be one of the important semiconductor hubs in the region, and we should be able to collaborate in this field. Egypt has, without exaggeration, a standing role in terms of level of scholarship. Some of the great scientists and scholars throughout the world are from Egypt, and I think we should then make full use of it to benefit both our countries.
Now, the Foreign Ministry in a statement today confirmed that no Malaysians have been reported to have been affected by the suicide attack in Balochistan, Pakistan on Saturday, which resulted in tragic loss of innocent lives and injuries to many others. Now, it also extended Malaysia's deepest condolences to the families of the victims and expressed its solidarity with the people and government of Pakistan. Malaysia stands firm in its position that terrorism in all its form and manifestations presents a threat not only to the stability of a country, but it is also a direct challenge to the international community as a whole. Now, the statement also read that Malaysia remains committed to working with the international community to combat terrorism and promote regional stability. At least 26 people were killed and more than 40 injured in the bomb blast at a railway station on Saturday. Malaysians residing in or visiting Pakistan are advised to remain vigilant and stay informed through reliable news sources. The Foreign Ministry said it is assessing the situation and will provide updates as necessary. The Defence Ministry has confirmed the 6 members of the Malaysian battalion or Malbat who were involved in an explosion incident in Lebanon on Thursday only suffered minor injuries. Now, its Minister, Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Nordin, said the location of the Malbat team at Maraka camp is a safe area.
Semua yang terlibat, 6 orang, 5 daripada kumpulan yang baru datang, 1 daripada pasukan yang sedia ada di sana. Semuanya didapati disahkan hanya cedera ringan. Kita akan terus pastikan keselamatan anggota-anggota kita yang ditugaskan di Lebanon.
On Thursday, 6 Malbat members were injured following an explosion incident that occurred near Saida Stadium in Lebanon during the movement of Malbat 850 12 members from Beirut to Maraka camp at 1:54 p.m. local time. The explosion targeted a civilian vehicle heading to Beirut, but also caused damage to a bus transporting the Malbat personnel. In another development, Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid said the Royal Malaysian Navy's TLDM submarine KD Tun Razak is in excellent condition and capable of operating effectively. Now, he said that he personally witnessed KD Tun Razak's ability to dive to its maximum operating depth during an operational observation of offshore patrol vessel KD Selangor in the South China Sea. Explaining further, he said this demonstrated the ability of the country's submarine to operate effectively and efficiently. He noted that the mission was carried out by a skilled and competent crew trained through the submarine acquisition project. He said he is confident that the submarine not only symbolizes the modernization of the TLDM fleet, but also plays a crucial role in enhancing Malaysia's image as a nation with a respected and formidable navy. According to him, the Scorpion-class submarine was acquired from France and commissioned in 2009. He also pledged to continue to commit to the modernization and empowerment of strategic military assets to defend the country's sovereignty. On another note, the Defence Minister gave assurance that the Sabah region is safe. Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid said various security and border control operations are carried out in an integrated manner at all times. Elaborating further on the matter, he said the operations include Sina Samudra and Satria operations conducted by the Royal Malaysian Navy or TLDM, covering the areas of overlapping territorial claims.
Jadi komitmen kerajaan di Sabah akan diteruskan, malah akan dimantapkan. Sama ada bagi tujuan operasi, pengawalan, pengawasan, sama ada ancaman-ancaman tradisional ataupun mungkin soal penyeludupan ataupun kemasukan pendatang-pendatang asing. Semua itu akan diteruskan oleh dan peranannya dimainkan oleh Angkatan Tentera kita.
The implementation of additional parliamentary seats in Sabah and Sarawak will only be finalised after the 16th general election. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Fadillah Yusof said this is because several legal aspects need to be reviewed before the necessary amendments can be made in the Dewan Rakyat. Datuk Seri Fadillah said the discussion on the legal aspects involves 3 legal advisors, namely the Attorney General's Chambers as well as the Sabah and Sarawak Attorney General Chambers. He stated that in the first quarter of next year, the 3 legal advisors will submit their reports to be presented in the Malaysia Agreement 1963 Implementation Action Council meeting. He also revealed that the Election Commission has only completed its study on the matter in Sarawak.
Tak sempat, saya rasa saya sempatlah. Sebabnya banyak proses, ada prosedur daripada SPR, kemudian gazet, kemudian kena bawa ke Parlimen untuk pindaan.
The last constituency redelineation exercise involving parliamentary seats was in 2006, and Sabah and Sarawak now hold 25 and 31 seats respectively, for a combined 25% of the 222 seats in the Dewan Rakyat. Now, the relationship between the federal government and the Sarawak government is now at an excellent level, based on close cooperation and mutual understanding between both parties. Communications Minister Fahmi Fadil said that significant progress in resolving issues related to the Malaysian Agreement 1963 is strong evidence of the joint efforts built on the foundation of unity and harmony.
Daripada tujuh perkara yang telah diselesaikan, 4 dalam tempoh 2 tahun kebelakangan. Jadi banyak perkara banyak kemajuan yang telah kita saksikan. Hubungan di antara kerajaan negeri dan kerajaan persekutuan sangat-sangat baik. Sangat-sangat baik. Dan dia cukup terserlah dari hubungan erat dan intim di antara Yang Amat Berhormat Premier dan juga Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri.
Fahmi added that this achievement reflects the strong commitment of both sides to ensure that justice and the well-being of the people of Sarawak are always prioritized. Now, he stressed that this good relationship must be protected from any negative elements that could sow seeds of division. Now, members of the public are urged not to be influenced by irresponsible parties trying to provoke tensions on social media between Sarawak and the federal government. Meanwhile, the Communications Minister said community Madani needs to act as an agent in uniting the society, apart from delivering accurate information to the people. Now, Fahmi said the community Madani was established to increase the spirit of nationality among all Malaysians and enhance their understanding about the diverse society in the country.
Salah satu perkara yang ingin kita pertingkatkan melalui pewujudan komuniti madani ialah program-program kenegaraan yang mana kita saling menghormati kepelbagaian kaum, bangsa, agama, tradisi dalam negara kita, di samping mengeratkan lagi hubungan.
With an allocation of 10,000 ringgit for each community Madani, Fahmi hopes that unity programs can be expanded to spread the spirit of unity from the grassroots level. He also said his ministry will discuss with the Unity Ministry on cross-ministerial efforts in strengthening the unity among Malaysians and measures to ensure that government policies can be implemented efficiently and understood by the people. Next, Banting to Gelang Patah, WCE construction to stimulate development of passage areas. Now, the construction of the West Coast Expressway, or the WCE, from Banting in Selangor to Gelang Patah in Johor is expected to drive the development of the areas it passes through. Deputy Works Minister Datuk Seri Ahmad Mazlan said one of the key benefits of the project would be the widening and enhancement of existing roads in the areas. The WCE would serve as an alternative route to alleviate the traffic congestion frequently experienced by motorists on the North-South Expressway or PLUS. In addition to easing traffic, the project would have a positive impact on driving progress in the areas along the route, ultimately contributing to the local economy.
WCE ini akan sampai ke Gelang Patah. Dia akan melalui Pontian. Jalan di Pontian ni akan jadi 4 lorong satu masa satu ketika nanti. Bila sambung ke selatan, dia akan melalui Pontian. Dia akan melalui Batu Pahat, melalui Tanjung Piai sampai ke Gelang Patah. Ini satu merupakan satu perubahan besar-besaran yang akan berlaku.
The construction of WCE Banting Gelang Patah was announced by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim during the tabling of Budget 2025 last month. Currently, the only highway connecting Johor to the Klang Valley for land transport, including lorries, buses, cars and motorcycles, is PLUS, which opened in 1994. The ringgit is expected to trade higher against the US dollar as the interest rate differential seems to favour the ringgit. Now, Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad Chief Economist Dr. Muhammad Abzanizam Abdul Rashid said Bank Negara Malaysia or BNM is likely to maintain the overnight policy rate or the OPR throughout next year and noted that concerns over US President-elect Donald Trump's policies could lead traders and investors to adopt a more cautious approach. Elaborating further on the matter, Dr. Muhammad Abzanizam said the ringgit is likely to appreciate since the interest gap favours it, especially as BNM may maintain the OPR throughout next year. However, he said anxiety over Trump's policies next year could put off traders and investors. At the current juncture, he noted that the support and resistance level stands at 4.3259 and 4.4390 respectively. He further said that key data points for next week would be the United States Consumer Price Index and Producer Price Index on Wednesday and Thursday. Now, on a Friday to Friday basis, the ringgit eased against the US dollar and traded mostly lower against other major currencies. The FTSE Bursa Malaysia, or KLCI, FBM KLCI, is anticipated to continue its upward trajectory next week, extending the positive momentum seen this week as it traded within the 1,635 to 1,645 point range. Now, UOB K. Hien Wealth Advisors Head of Investment Research, Muhammad Siddiq Jantan, said external factors will continue to bolster the FBM KLCI's performance. Muhammad Siddiq said recent influential developments included the recent Republican election victory in the United States, rate cuts from both the US Federal Reserve and the Bank of England, and China's ongoing commitment to supportive monetary policy to drive economic recovery. While these factors currently provide a favorable tailwind for the index, it is worth noting that market reactions to election results are often short-lived. Although it remains too early to assess, Muhammad Siddiq said the foreign policy direction of the upcoming Donald Trump administration is anticipated to maintain continuity in trade policies focused on cost reduction and energy affordability for American industries. Although these measures could present certain risks to global markets, he said they are largely within business expectations, having been anticipated well in advance of the election. The local rubber market is expected to trade higher next week, with more stocking activities taking place, supporting both prices and demand. Industry expert Dennis Lowe said traders may increase their stockpiling above the usual replenishment level to avoid being out of stock and to manage volatility. He said rubber tapping and collecting activities were further hampered by the incessant rainfalls last week, which could trigger a shortage. On another note, Lowe said the return of Donald Trump as the United States president has put millions of Chinese exporters on the edge. On the campaign trail, Trump floated the idea of imposing additional tariffs of 60% or more on Chinese goods sold to the United States. Now, Lowe said this may prompt other buyers to increase their rubber imports to boost their exports in anticipation of higher tariffs in the future. Meanwhile, the Malaysian Rubber Glove Manufacturers Association is optimistic about the rubber market's outlook for next week, saying that the prices will continue to track the performance of the regional rubber futures market. The outlook for the rubber market appears to be cautiously optimistic, especially following the impact of Trump's win on the US economy. Malaysia's ambitious goal of achieving net zero emissions by 2050 reflects a commitment not only to global climate targets, but also to sustainable development and economic resilience. Now, this endeavour is more than an environmental imperative, as it represents a significant opportunity for Malaysia to innovate, attract green investments, and enhance the quality of life for its citizens. As a leading energy company that is stepping up to the challenge via strategic collaborations and infrastructure development, Tenaga Nasional Berhad, or TNB, is always committed to supporting the national agenda towards clean and sustainable energy usage. Now, this commitment encompasses not only the generation of renewable energy, but also the promotion of cleaner transportation solutions through the development of a comprehensive electric vehicle charging ecosystem. Now, TNB has long recognized the importance of sustainability and decarbonization in its operational strategy. It has set broader sustainability goals that include reducing carbon emissions across its operations and promoting energy efficiency, whilst significantly increasing its renewable energy capacity and investing in solar, wind, and hydroelectric projects. Real estate developer Kalpesh Mehta said in an interview on Saturday that the number of Trump Tower developments in cities across India will in the future likely overtake the number of Trump Towers in the United States. Now, Mehta is founder of Tribeca Developers, Donald Trump's real estate partner company in India. Trump, who made a stunning political comeback 4 years after being voted out of the White House, has a worldwide chain of luxury branded high-rise residential towers with office blocks, golf courses, hotels and villas.
It is like living in a five-star hotel. तो नाम तो मिलेगा आपको, but जो घर की क्वालिटी है और जो लाइफस्टाइल की क्वालिटी है और जो आपके नेबर्स की क्वालिटी है वो बहुत ही हाई लेवल पे होती है.
Mehta said they decided to build a second Trump Tower in western Mumbai, Pune and northern Gurugram cities, and they plan to launch 3 new towers in cities Noida, Hyderabad and Bengaluru. Now, trade ties between New Delhi and Washington have grown steadily over the last decade. The United States is India's top export destination, with goods and services exports of $120 billion in 2023. Guangxi, a stunning region in southern China, has captivated ASEAN media participating in the 2024 ASEAN Media Partners Cooperation Week with its breathtaking karst landscape. Now let's take a look at the report compiled by Berita Robert from Guilin, China.
We are currently on a river cruise traversing along the beautiful Lijiang or the Li River, located some 30 kilometers away from central Guilin. And it is famous for its rock formation that's been here for thousands of years. Just so you know that this beautiful place has been immortalized onto the 20 yuan note.
We embarked on a 4-hour cruise to witness breathtaking limestone formations, including the iconic Nine Horses Mountain. This geological marvel showcases 9 horse-shaped rock figures that have captured the imagination of local artists.
Hari ini kami datang ke sini dan menaiki cruise, boleh menikmati pemandangan yang sangat indah. Sejak saya kecil, saya pernah datang ke sini. Bapa saya bawa saya melancong ke sini dan pada masa itu air sungai masih sama dengan sekarang sebab itu dilindungkan dengan sangat baik, dan kali ini saya pun sangat gembira sebab saya berpeluang datang ke sini dengan rakan-rakan dari Malaysia. Kami bersembang dengan sangat gembira.
Our group visited the picturesque Yangshuo area, taking a leisurely bamboo raft ride down the Yulong River, surrounded by stunning camel-shaped limestone mountains. Yangshuo has recently introduced low-altitude economy initiative, offering visitors unique aerial experiences like helicopter rides, hot air balloon flights, and paragliding. This government-backed initiative aims to revitalize local economy, which was previously impacted by the pandemic. By harnessing technology to protect its stunning landscapes, Guilin is not only preserving its natural heritage but also positioning itself as a world-class tourism city with sustainability in mind. Berita Robert, Guilin RTM.
Still to come in sports, Messi's Inter Miami knocked out of the MLS playoffs. Lionel Messi's first trip to the MLS postseason ended abruptly on Saturday as Atlanta United claimed victory in a staggering 3-2 upset over Inter Miami in round 1. Miami were overwhelming favourites to win it all after producing a league record of 74 points in the regular season, but could not keep the momentum. Atlanta goalkeeper Brad Guzan made a diving leap to stop Messi's powerful shot from the center of the box in the 17th minute, but could not recover in time to stop Rojas's follow-up from close range as Miami drew first blood. Forward Jamal Tiare responded quickly, drilling one into the right top corner and had another superb finish of a neat flick from midfielder Alexei Miranchuk in the 21st minute. Guzan kept up his guard in the second half, swatting aside a superb header from defender Jordi Alba in the 52nd minute. But Messi broke through the 40-year-old keeper's defences to level it with the header from close range. Now, with their backs against the wall, Atlanta refused to take their foot off the gas, and Sliz leapt into the air to head one in off a perfect cross from defender Pedro Amardo. Atlanta advances to the semi-final stage where they will play against Orlando City SC. In another match, Facundo Torres scored in the 12th minute of second half stoppage time to forge a 1-1 draw before Orlando City went on to beat Charlotte FC 4-1 in penalty kicks to advance to the Eastern Conference semi-finals of the MLS Cup playoffs. Orlando took the best of 3 series with Charlotte 2-1. The hosts dominated the first half possession but were unable. Real Madrid defender Eder Militao will undergo surgery after sustaining an anterior cruciate ligament or the ACL tear in their 4-0 La Liga win over Osasuna on Saturday, and is set to miss several months for the second consecutive season. The Brazil centre-back was injured when he hyperextended his knee trying to strike a rebound early in the game and was in tears as he was helped off the pitch. The 26-year-old Militao became the second Real Madrid player to suffer an ACL injury this season after fullback Dani Carvajal. Real manager Carlo Ancelotti said he will be forced to resort to the club's youth academy players to fill in as injuries continue to plague the La Liga and Champions League holders. In addition to Militao, fullback Lucas Vazquez and forward Rodrigo joined Real's lengthy injury list on Saturday, and Ancelotti said that he will look for solutions inside the club until the transfer window opens in January. Real were already without key players Dani Carvajal, Thibaut Courtois, Aurelien Tchouameni, David Alaba, and missing Vazquez and Militao would leave them with Antonio Rudier, Ferland Mendy and Fran Garcia as the only experienced defenders in their senior squad. And that's it for today's edition of Malaysia Tonight. In our top story, Malaysia and Egypt committed to enhance bilateral ties. I'm Jessica Lee, Malaysia Madani. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thank you for watching and good night.